Good morning. If you're wondering why I'm up at 2:30 in the morning, then trust me, I'm thinking exactly the same thing right now. In my wisdom, I'm going to drive to Belgium, have a full day in a theme park, and come back all in one day. But to be honest, I've done it 3 times before. I'm heading to Plopsaland Panne, which is only just the other side of the French border. It's perfectly doable in a day trip, so I cannot wait. I'm going to have a little go at filming a vlog, a little bit of the travel, a little bit of the Eurotunnel, and then the drive to the park. So yeah, hopefully that will be fun. Yeah, the one thing I have got to do is pack up some of my video equipment, and the dog fell asleep downstairs last night, so I'm unfortunately going to have to disturb him. Good morning, mate. I'm sorry to wake you up so early. Are you going to be a good dog for Grandad today at doggy daycare? Yeah? So the really great news for today is that Plopsaland Belgium are super accommodating when it comes to on-ride filming. So today I can bring my action camera and my chest mount. Does mean that I'm hoping to get some really nice on-ride POVs and reactions. It should be really great fun. I'm also super keen to get some really nice off-road footage. I'm hoping it's going to be a nice bright day and the park should be nice and quiet. And that's on the gimbal camera, which I film all of my vlog on anyway. So yeah, it should be an excellent day. So it's just coming up 3 a.m. and I am ready to hit the road. My next stop is going to be Folkestone, which is where the Shuttle passenger terminal is. If you've never taken your car on the train before over to France, I cannot recommend it enough. So simple, so smooth, and so much more relaxed than an airport, quite frankly. Yeah, it takes me just over a couple of hours to get down to Folkestone from Bedford. You have to be there at least 1 hour before your train. And the train itself is like 35 minutes, really, really quick and easy. And then when you pull off the train the other end, you're literally pulling on the French motorway and off you go. Yeah, come along. I'll show you a little bit of the drive down and I'll speak to you when I get to Folkestone. Love ya. Greetings from Folkestone. It's taken me just over a couple of hours to get down here from Bedford, so a really, really nice, easy run. I've got absolutely loads of time now, so I'm going to head into the passenger terminal, which is just in front of me. So the passenger terminal I can only really describe as kind of a cross between a motorway service station and an airport departure lounge. Really, really chilled out. Doesn't really feel like international travel, which is really, really cool. I do also feel obliged to mention the pet entrance. They have got a dedicated area here for a pet reception for those dogs and cats and things that are travelling with their owners. That is absolutely amazing. There's nothing cuter than seeing a dog going on its holiday. And you'll see that they are just hanging around the terminal. Greetings from Belgium. About 6 hours after I left my driveway, I've made it here to the car park of Plopsaland Belgium. Incredible scenes. Always blows my mind, if I'm honest, that I can come to the south coast get a train across, drive through France and into a little bit of Belgium and still be here before park open. Seems mad, but Europe's really not a very big place, is it? So yeah. So I've just thrown my contact lenses on and I'm sat looking at the skyline and I haven't seen anything test yet, but I'm going to make my way over to the entrance and we'll see what's happening. So the one thing I haven't actually mentioned so far is I've taken a huge gamble coming out here today. I'm basically here at this park for one coaster, being the Ride to Happiness. It only operates when the temperature's over 6 degrees. Today is the 3rd of December, and right now, standing here, it's 3.5 degrees. It's meant to get to 8 today, but there's obviously no guarantee of that. So what I'm going to do is go around about half an hour till park open, just see if I can see any signs of testing and keep my fingers crossed. So I'm just wandering here now back towards the car park. Obviously you can see Heidi the ride there, which is the GCI wooden coaster. But up here you can actually get a decent view of the Ride to Happiness. So I've clambered up here on a concrete slab and I'm peering over a service entrance. Good news is you might even be able to hear that the ride music and the area music is on. Maybe it's always on, but I'm taking that as a good sign, but obviously no sign of any trains testing yet. Keep your fingers crossed. The sun, as you can tell, is pretty much coming out now, so hopefully it's going to warm up fast and I'm just going to be watching, just waiting for some testing. We do have some good news from Service Gate 7. It looks like the Woody's running. Some early guests on there, maybe from the hotel or something. They might get some early ride time, but yeah, at least we've got something running today. To be honest, this is the first time I've ever taken a punt on something like this, where I've travelled on the hope that a coaster opens. But you know, it's the end of the UK season. There's nothing open now apart from kind of very minor Christmas events. So you got to do what you got to do. And while we're here, we might as well just have a cheeky look at Service Gate 7 from the other side. That was where I was clambering a little bit earlier. Now, this area is just stunning. So some friendly staff have told me that it's closed, but it will open when the temperature warms up and they're expecting it to warm up, so I think we're all good. That does mean I've now got to try and find something else to do, so being as we're looking at the Woody, that seems like the next best option and we know it's running, so let's go and have a look at that, look at the area, show you what that looks like. So I've come here to Heidi the ride. It is the GCI wooden coaster and it is running already today, so we'll enter that queue line now. Here we go. got a dispatch on Heidi the ride. It's a 2017 GCI wooden family coaster. Statistically, it's not too different to Wicker Man. About 74 feet, about 44 miles per hour, but couldn't be much more different because of its out and back layout. Like I say, it opened in 2017. Actually, it was fully built and running in 2016, but it failed its environmental test, so couldn't get clearance from the council or whatever. Great first drop, twisted, steep first drop. Here we go! Woo! Yes! Woo! Double up! Woo! Woo! Floater time! Double down! Into the turnaround! Use the ride to happiness! Turn it back! Little airtime pops, just floater, nothing too major, perfect for families. Every park needs something like this. It is just fun, it makes you smile. Twisting comes to the end, coming back to the station and we're back. That is excellent. Like I say, so underrated. It's not extreme, it's not thrilling, but it's so much fun every time. That is such a cool little coaster. I say it all the time, but those things are massively underrated. You don't need a park full of anything too extreme, so those things are just perfect. Everyone loves them. Family, thrill seekers. Oh, excellent. We'll definitely ride again. So I'm just making a dash because I've just heard the Ride to Happiness trains move. So we're going to have a quick look and stand by this launch and see if anything happens. So I was headed to Anubis. I'm positive I just heard a Ride to Happiness train test. So there we go. Here we go. We are off. Might just catch it dropping there. There's suddenly an incredible energy because the Ride to Happiness has started testing. Everyone's made a run for this part of the park. There you go. It's not open yet, nobody on it, but they've started letting people queue up at the gate, so can't be far off. I'm also so excited, I'm just going to jump straight on the back of this pre-queue as well. The queue line is open. I absolutely cannot wait to get on it. I've just let the hordes kind of get ahead of me so I can show you the queue line a little bit. It's absolutely lovely in here.
In a moment, you will experience a nature that graces and being.
I am so excited to be back on the Ride to Happiness, the 2021 Mac Extreme Spinner. Try and hold my composure as we go through the JoJo roll. Incredible hang time. Oh, we're rolling onto the launch. The music's building. My heart rate is going up and I am so excited I could probably cry a little bit. Waiting for that launch, here we go! Woo! Pushing up into the top hat, airtime! Oh yes! Which way we're gonna go over the drop? Sideways, woo! Come on! Do the banana roll! Oh, I don't know where I'm going! Woo! Vertically! Sideways into the 0-2 roll. Feels like doing a front flip. Oh my word! Coming up into the second launch for the second push. Here we go! Woo! Step up underflip. Oh my word! That's one of the best inversions in the world. Coming round into the final double up. 1, 2. Oh, and That is so far number one. It is such a good coaster. I can't even put into words how great that is. Honestly, words just fail me when it comes to that coaster. It is just absolutely insane. It just doesn't let up. It's different every time. Just trying to string it all together really, but it is absolutely amazing. And you forget, when you go and ride other coasters in between, you just forget how good things are relative to each other. So I'm going to just go and lap it some more. Then I'm going to take some nerdy off-road footage and yeah, I'll come back to you later. So I thought I'd chuck in some of that off-road footage that I managed to take. The idea was that I was going to try and take enough that I could actually string together like the full course in real time. So yeah, see what you think. So we're taking a small little break from the ride to Happiness, and while there is a log flume that's open in December, which is a real rare treat, I'm going to go and give it a go. Don't think from memory it gets you too wet, so it should just be fun. It's themed to dinosaurs, so it's a really nice little run around, and I'll try and take you on board with the POV if they let me. Right, we're underway on Dino Splash. I might end up regretting this. It doesn't feel that warm, but on the basis all the rides are running, everything must be at, well, it must be 6 degrees, I'm guessing. So, but yeah, let's see how it goes. Like I say, themed to dinosaurs. It's not the most high-end theming. It wouldn't scare Phantasialand or anything like that. But yeah, you see some nice little guys in the bushes. Don't know if they're animatronics or whether they're static, but it's fun, it's nice, and the last drop comes out of a massive, great big dinosaur skull, so that's cool. This area obviously butts up against the Swiss area where Heidi the Ride is, so just over there you'll see the beautiful Swiss area. No, the massive dino there. Don't know what that is, Diplodocus, something like that. Long necky boy. Can't turn back now. We've got a breakdown. No, we haven't. We're off. We're in the top of the volcano. You can see all the lava. We're about to hit the small drop. What I know about small drops on log flumes is they're normally the wet ones. The big ones are normally all show, big splash and you get away with it, but the little ones are the soakers. So let's see what happens. Not too bad, not too bad. We'll take that, mildly moist. That's as bad as it gets. I'm a happy person. I think I know that's T-Rex from watching Jurassic Park and things like that. Don't know what this swimmy one is. He's cool, looks friendly. It is somewhat suspicious that I seem to be the only person in a boat. Lots of them trundling around, but only one person in any of them. But they must open it for a reason, so. Get some views of the park now. And the massive, great big dinosaur skull that we're going to pop out of for the final double down drop. What a day! So glad I made the trip. Nothing we can do about it now. We're going down. Way! Oh, that's on! Ah, that's not too bad. I'll take that. That was a lot of fun. I don't think I'll do another lap, but that was a lot of fun. Now I've already got a slightly wet arse. I think I'm actually going to go and do the super splash. It's just over here. I'm hoping it's still running because it was running from I think 1 PM. Again, these kind of rides don't normally open, and we in the UK don't normally even have things like rapids running too late in the season, let alone super splashes and log flumes. So this is a real treat. It's a little bit nippy, but good fun. Can't say I didn't try, but it does look very, very static, so I think I'm going to miss it today, unfortunately, but I would have done it. You can basically see, I think it's a vertical lift hill, ends up there, big drop down, under the bridge, airtime hill and a big splashdown. I'll try and find some footage that I had from my last visit actually, because it's a really cool looking ride. So the new plan is we're now going to try and get Anubis. So Anubis is a Gerstlauer. We have Gerstlauers in the UK, but they tend to be pretty turd. Somehow Gerstlauers in Europe tend to be smooth. So I don't know how they manage to do it, and we in the UK can't keep them anything other than headbangers, but we'll give it a go. Anubis the ride. We've got a dispatch on Anubis the ride. Like I say, it's a Gerstlauer Eurofighter, but a different format. Rolling launch is quite raucous. Whoa, my God! Woo! Into the top hat, airtime! Wow! Catches you every single time, the speed of that. Woo! Dive loop. Really nice through the trees. Really eggy smell from somewhere though. Oh! What a smooth coaster. All of our Gerstlauers in the UK are trash. Don't know what is up with that. Over here in Europe they can make them work and they're good fun. Eggy smell again. Coming round. Final inversion. Oh, hang time. And we're coming back through the hole in the wall. That was fun. Nice little ride. the day is somewhat getting away from me. I reckon there's probably about an hour left. Obviously I've just gone and done another couple of rides just to make sure I haven't just focused on ride happiness all day, so I feel like I've done my duty and I've ticked a couple of bits off. I don't quite know if we're going to get full darkness, probably not full darkness, but maybe a sunset ride on Ride Happiness at Park Close, which is 5 p.m. So yeah, I think I'm going to go there and finish off lapping there for the rest of the day. And then when I'm done, I'll just share my thoughts on why I think it's such a special coaster. So while it's not yet dark, the lighting package is starting to come on. Coaster actually has onboard lighting. So it is epic at night. I just don't think we're going to get full dark tonight, which is a real shame, but anything is better than what's open in the UK right now, so I'm going to enjoy it. So I'm stood here outside the Ride Happiness, having just got off the last train of the day, and I think words are just failing me. I just don't have the superlatives to sum up how good this thing is. I'll just quickly show you this area at night. It didn't get dark. Yeah, not pitch black anyway. I'd say the last ride was a bit of a twilight ride, but look at this area. The lights, the music, the fact that the coaster just goes in and around. It is absolutely incredible. What a lovely spot. I alluded to it earlier. I think there's 3 reasons why I love this coaster. I'm going to say it now. It's hands down my number one. I know in my last video I kind of toyed with the idea of putting Zadra back at number 1, but coming back here, it just has proved to me the 3 things that have absolutely set this thing apart. So I'll come on to those in a little bit, but right now I'm just going to take a stroll out of this park. Hello again. About 5 hours has passed now since I drove out the park. I've had an incredible run back on the Shuttle and around the M25, and I'm back home in Bedford. And most importantly, I'm back here home with my best mate. And I, Ted. So today has obviously been an incredibly long day, so what I'm going to do is call it a night, and I will sign back on tomorrow and give you my final wrap up. So, hello again. We're 24 hours on, and most importantly, I've had a full night's sleep to catch up from what was a very, very long day. But it's also been handy just to take the time to think back on what an incredible day it was. I knew I was taking a gamble going over in December to Belgium. I knew that weather forecast wasn't much over the operating temperature for the rides that I wanted. But yeah, I was lucky this time. Everything paid off for me. The Eurotunnel ran perfectly, the roads were good, and most importantly, by about midday, the park was fully open. Every single ride that I wanted was open. So yeah, it was fantastic. You probably noticed that the park was pretty quiet from the footage that I took, and everything was pretty much walk on all day. So I think I totted up another 15 rides on the Ride to Happiness, as well as getting all my off-ride footage and doing all the other bits that I did. Yeah, I really urge you, if you're even thinking about taking a trip to Plopsaland, do it. It is an incredible day trip. If you're within a couple of hours, maybe 2-3 hours of Folkestone, it's a really, really viable day trip, and I can't recommend it highly enough. Yeah, I said I'd quickly run through very quickly the 3 reasons why I think Ride to Happiness is such a special ride. So, yeah, I'll start with reason number 1. So reason number 1 is that every single ride you take on the Ride to Happiness will be different. There's no such thing as 2 identical rides. The coaster is, of course, a Mack Extreme spinning coaster. And most importantly with that is it's not a controlled spin. There are so many different reasons why every ride will be different. And I will talk about those in a more detailed video. But yeah, when you ride your favourite coasters as much as I do, predictability can be a bit of a buzzkill. And that's my fault. I know that's my fault. But yeah, when you ride the Ride to Happiness, it's just like riding a new coaster every single time. And that is the holy grail as a coaster nerd. So my reason number 2 is the onboard audio. I actually think onboard audio generally is massively underrated and massively underused. I can't think it's that expensive in the grand scheme of building a coaster compared to the cost of a train or an extra element or theming, but yeah, it's really not used that much. Tomorrowland obviously is the dance festival that the Ride to Happiness is themed to. So the EDM music track that plays throughout the coaster is just absolutely perfect. It just plays just behind your head from 2 speakers in each seat rest. And it's absolutely perfect. It fits the coaster. It's well timed with the elements, and it's just, yeah, it really elevates the ride. It's fantastic. So my third and final reason is the interaction that you get with other riders. I knew there was something special about it from my very, very first ride, but it's actually only this time round that I've actually been able to pinpoint and really realise exactly what it is. When you ride most coasters, you sit in rows, and actually the people in front of you, you're just looking at the back of their head, and you don't really tend to look sideways at the people that you're riding with. The Ride to Happiness, the amount of times you will see from the POV that you make eye contact with that person in the next car, and you can see if they're smiling or laughing or screaming or scared, and everyone just feels like they're sharing an experience, and I just can't explain how great that is. So I think I'm going to leave it at that. I'm just going to end by saying that if you've ever even considered taking a trip to Plopsaland Belgium, I just urge you to book the trip. There's so many things going for that park, not just the Ride to Happiness, which is of course my number 1. But yeah, it's open so many months of the year. I think it's open from February through to the new year. So there's so many months when the UK parks are closed that you could actually just take a hop over to Belgium and ride some really great coasters. It's really not that expensive either. The Shuttle is actually really affordable, especially if you take multiple people in a car. I'm very happy to do a video just on some travel tips and travel advice. So yeah, let me know if that's something that's of interest. But otherwise, thank you for coming with me to Belgium and listening to me jabber on. See you soon.